gone too far. We've seen artists speak out, VTubers clap back, Twitter drama break all hell loose after the latest AI art innovation. Novel AI has been released to the public. And these art AI like Novel AI, they can make some pretty flashy stuff. Yep, some pretty flashy stuff. But using them is not without risk. These downsides left many of us asking, does AI art have a place in the art world or not? Let's investigate. Before we get into Novel AI specifically, let's backtrack a little bit and get down to basics. So what is AI? For those of you who've somehow lived in ignorant bliss, AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. These are programs created by humans that are fed lots and lots of information with the intent that they'll be able to continue learning on their own. There are all sorts of ways that we already use AI every day. For example, algorithms on many social media networks like YouTube and TikTok use AI. Some video games use AI to control enemies. Your robot assistants like Siri or Alexa use AI. Heck, even the same Face ID. Yes, that same Face ID that you use to open your phone or track your beautiful VTuber face also uses AI. So if you're avoiding AI and fear of the robot takeover, too late! We're already there, baby! But in this case, we're talking specifically about AI art. So how does an AI make art exactly? Novel AI and many other AI art programs take various forms of input and output an image trying to match the specifications of the user. Sometimes these can be pretty cute, and sometimes they definitely look like that thing that you just want to shove back in the box and wipe from your memory forever. In terms of information feeding, in the case of Novel AI, there's a few different forms of input you can use. You can input reference images of anything you want, including your own model, tags like Tsundere Magical Girl, or even draw your own reference image, which didn't work out quite so well for me. Oh god, what is this? It's quite fun to play with, actually, and the results can sometimes look really good. As long as you, don't look too close, anyway. For example, let's say I wanted to make Bikini Pam, because, you guys are asking me for it like every other day, so let's go. I'd input the tags to define my looks, and voila! The algorithm would smoosh them all together, and you'd get something vaguely resembling what you asked for, at least most of the time. Okay, at least it's less scary than Dolly Mini, okay? So why is this new art form stirring up so much controversy? First of all, there's a simple fact that it has the potential to take jobs away from artists in the field. We've all seen the memes of VTubers falling down the Skib rabbit hole, so why wouldn't VTubers take advantage of a never-ending supply of new art at their fingertips practically for free? But artists are people who've practiced tirelessly, day after day, for years to establish themselves in the industry. And if you want some quality art, you're going to have to take the time to learn to do it yourself through your own practice, or cough up the cash and commission an artist. But would their clients stick around if they could get a near unending supply of new art for a mere fraction of the cost? For example, Novel AI has a subscription service with unlimited generation starting at only $25 a month. No artist in existence could provide unlimited art for this price and still put food on the table. Would human artists become a thing of the past in favor of these artist-at-home robots that can cost almost nothing in comparison? Luckily, we're not quite there yet, as AI art still has a long way to go, but it is a question that has many artists worried about the future of their careers. But that isn't their only worry. The main reason that AI art like Novel AI has become controversial, in particular for commercial use, is the issue of plagiarism. You see, no AI can think entirely from scratch. They use a number of existing references to create new works of art, but these references have to come from somewhere. And in this case, it's very often existing art from artists who did not give their consent to have their art Frankensteined into other pieces. And in case you think I'm exaggerating and that the art is just being used for inspiration, look how close this AI piece is to the reference image. If this new piece had been done by a human, they would have been left out of the community before you could hit retweet. As stated best by Aqua, it's basically just high-tech tracing. So not only are artists worried about having their jobs taken away, they now have to worry about having their previous art stolen, when art already has so little protection in place. So even if an artist found out one of their pieces had been ripped off, there's not much they can do about it, since people could try to argue it was used in a transformative way. So you can definitely start to see why everyone's a little worried. Many VTubers have been drawing a hard line and publicly stating that AI has no place in their art tags. Others have been making just separations, asking for clarification if it's been made by an AI so they can treat it differently. Others are embracing both artists and AI and have been having fun playing around with the tool and sharing their own works, as well as sometimes even using them for streaming assets. Some individuals have even been popping up trying to scam VTubers by selling them AI-generated art, models, or assets, which, whew, that's gonna be a fun minefield in the future. So naturally, like anything else on the internet that generates even mild disagreement, it's become a controversy of colossal size. Which probably leads you to wonder, Pam, where do you stand with AI art? It's complicated. The major issue that I have with current AI art programs is the risk of plagiarism and art theft. Because of this, I do ask that if you send me AI-generated fan art, please label it as such, just so I know and I don't feature it in anything important. And for those of you wanting evidence of plagiarism, don't worry, I have it. Novel AI was trained using the Danboru database of images, containing huge amounts of fan art, particularly from Japanese fandom communities. The AI was trained using the same tag system as Danboru, which is why it can recreate requests so accurately using similar tags. And the kicker? The entire database was used without permission! So all the references are stolen and used without the consent of any of the artists. But could these tools be improved into something beneficial to the community in the future? Possibly. There are benefits to using AI. If the issues causing plagiarism are resolved, AI in art could be a powerful new tool for existing artists to use to speed up their workflow. Artists wouldn't lose their place in the community by any means, but the tools at their disposal would change. It does mean that some people may use these AI to make art instead of commissioning, but these are likely people who wouldn't have commissioned in the first place anyway. We already have a lot of tools that were controversial at one point, digital art in general being a huge one. And if AI can provide a powerful new tool to artists who are often overworked and underpaid across the board to help speed up their workflow, is this really such a bad thing? There are countless other tools that stirred controversy at one point or another. 3D rendered backgrounds that can easily convert to 2D still images so you can just change perspective and screenshot instead of drawing backgrounds, filters that can turn photographs into comic book styles, brushes that can save you from having to draw entire objects, and countless other examples have been adopted into tools that almost every artist uses. Could these new programs evolve into something similar that'll help artists thrive instead of harming their careers? It's still too early to say. And even if they do end up leading to a shrinking commission market in the future, how is this any different than other technological advancements that we already do use every day, such as spell check tools leading to a shrinking demand for proofreaders, or even online shopping causing many in-person stores to permanently close? The labor market is always changing, and how or if it affects it is something that still remains to be seen. It's also important to consider that some people can't afford to hire an artist. Whether it's a new VTuber just starting out who can't afford to fall down the scab rabbit hole because, you know, they have actual bills to pay and no massive company backing, or a small one-day charity event where people planning just don't have the artistic skills or the money to make advertisements. Assuming the risk of plagiarism is removed, if these programs can help these people get on their feet so that later they can hire real artists, what right do we have to discourage their use? There are many free resources and assets that could be used instead, but it is something to consider if the technology is available. So has AI gone too far? Maybe. Or maybe it just needs some tweaking before it turns into a useful tool that can assist existing artists instead of replacing them. There will always be something special about that human touch in art, and by discussing with actual humans, we can convey all the careful nuances that we want in a final piece and create some truly wonderful collaborations. So I don't think AI will ever truly replace the special work of human artists, but now that it's out there, it will shake up the art world one way or another. What do you think?